the second of 3 that we're going to get this week. And this also has a nice little swirl to it. You can see it right in the center of the country, severe to the south and snow to the north with this. This is really the appetizer of the next one that's coming in. And they kind of go right in the same vicinities here. So that's something that we're going to follow. There'll be a lot more moisture associated with the second one. We do have a little bit of frozen precip moving through northern Wisconsin, also into Minnesota. We do have a couple winter weather advisories from the UP to the Arrowhead. That's probably where we'll get the most snow out of this. And you see 5 to 8 inches for some of us there. Otherwise, it's all pretty light. We don't have loads of wind with this either. We just have this system kind of rotating around, using all its energy up to produce this snow and some rain. And we get rain in Detroit, Alpena, really the entire lower Michigan, Chicago. You're going to be rain up towards Milwaukee. And on the backside, we don't even switch over to snow. The thing kind of falls apart as it's moving east for our Tuesday. And then there's our next system. You can see it kind of popping on the screen into Nebraska. By the way, Nebraska could get the worst weather from this system when all is said and done. So let's now move it along and show you a detailed forecast here into Detroit. All rain because it's just way too warm for us. And as Kelly was talking earlier, the forecast just shows more warmth. We don't really see any huge cold outbreak. We do have rain moving from the Mississippi River Valley all the way to the I-95 corridor. But notice how the system is like, nah, just kidding. It just kind of really falls apart as it makes its way to the coast. But the next system will have a lot more oomph to it. We'll talk about that in a minute. But first, more details, Jordan, on our city timing with this system.
All right, so this morning we've been watching.
And welcome back into America's Morning Headquarters. America's Morning Headquarters. It is a Monday, that is for sure. A mid-January Atlantic storm is bringing a taste of winter to New England. Look at the winds, giving us near whiteout conditions in Massachusetts, just super messy and gross. And then listen to this here. That just sounds cold, doesn't it? The rough surf beating up the coast of Maine. You see nobody out there on the beach because, except for this one person taking the video, of course, but they are, I'm sure, bundled up. Get a little nice microdermabrasion with all that sand. Now, Boston, we're seeing snowflakes today, and we need it. We've only seen 3 inches since December 1st. We are a foot below average, and that's really the story here for a lot of places in the Northeast. We are getting Maine down towards Connecticut, also in Rhode Island, a little bit of snow. This is not going to accumulate to much, so it's more just kind of a pesky thing as you're getting out the door today with some gustier winds and just kind of cloudier skies. I love this, though, because it shows that the water is relatively warmer than the land because we have rain. And then once we get into that colder land, that's when you get some of that frozen stuff. It takes a lot more energy to change the temperature of the water to heat it up. So it just takes a lot more than it does land, and that has to do with all sorts of things. You know what? I did a science with Steph on it. You can go to my social media accounts, Stephanie Abrams, essentially, and all of them to see that. But winter weather advisories, Jordan, this is going to linger through the day today and just slightly into tomorrow morning, but it hangs around as we head into the evening hours.
All right.
Well, they're unique, self-sustainable, and made out of recycled bottles and tires. It's an Earth ship. What is an Earth ship? Well, they are homes that feature reusable water along with solar heating and cooling.
Yeah, and we got to look inside the well-thought-out design made to ease impacts on our warming climate.